Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story of survival. And honestly, it's a story about overcoming that incredibly heavy burden of the past. Escaping that mental prison of self-blame. And the main character in this story? Well, it's you. Let's set the scene.
Just imagine this, because we've all been there. It's late at night, everyone else is asleep. The room is completely quiet. But your mind is definitely not quiet. Out of nowhere, bam, a single memory pops up. Something you said, something you did, maybe a chance you missed, or a decision you desperately wish you could hit undo on. And just like that, this crushing weight of self-blame drops on you, trapping you right back inside a moment you literally cannot change.
And then, the questions just start flooding in. What if I had said something different? What if I had tried harder? What if I hadn't trusted that person? Your brain starts spinning out of control, and these old memories start hurting exactly like they happened just yesterday.
They just keep stacking up, faster and faster. What if I had taken that chance? What if I had never made that stupid mistake? It feels intensely claustrophobic, right? Like you're under attack from your own memory, locked back inside that mental prison. But why does the brain actually do this to us? Why does it create such intense emotional pain?
Okay, let's dive into this, because we really need a massive perspective shift here. Regret is not just some emotional pain meant to torture you. Regret is actually this highly sophisticated learning system designed by human biology to teach and protect you. It exists to stop you from repeating mistakes, so we need to completely reframe how we look at this feeling.
Section 1. The biology of blame. Think back to ancient human survival. This system was absolutely critical. Every single decision had a very real outcome. If an ancient human ignored a warning sign and got hurt, the brain didn't just move on, It studied the mistake. Regret helped them remember the danger so they'd survive the next time around. It was basically the brain's way of screaming, hey, remember this, do not repeat it. But the problem is, our modern brains don't always know when the lesson is actually over, so that mental replay just keeps looping.
And that replay hurts so much because regret is this massive, heavy cocktail of emotions. We're talking sadness, guilt, shame, fear, and anger, all mixed together. But honestly, the most punishing part is just this one single word, should. I should have known. We look backward with the exact knowledge we have today, and we judge yesterday's version of ourselves. It is incredibly unfair hindsight, yet we use it to blame ourselves endlessly.
Moving on to Section 2, the toxic what-if loop.
So here's the trap we fall into, and this brilliantly illustrates the problem. On one side, we have the real past. It's fixed, and you're completely powerless to change it. On the other side, we have imagined realities. In your imagination, you can say the perfect sentence, you can make the absolute perfect decision. Because we feel powerless about the real past, our brain creates these imaginary versions where we still have the power. It feels a bit like problem solving, but ultimately, imagining a different past doesn't change the real one. It just turns into pure self-torture. In this loop, it goes into absolute overdrive when we face missed opportunities. Not sending the message, not starting the business, not saying sorry, not choosing the dream. Missed opportunities hurt the most because inaction creates uncertainty. See, if you try and fail, well, you know the outcome. But if you never try, your imagination has absolutely no limits. It fills that empty space with endless, painful visions of how perfect things could have been.
Section 3. When regret attacks identity.
Now, this is where our story takes a pretty dark turn. Healthy regret focuses on behavior, saying, I made a mistake. What can I learn? But toxic regret mutates. It attacks your identity, whispering, I am a mistake. What is wrong with me? So the crucial point is, instead of making you more aware, it makes you feel fundamentally broken and ashamed. And here's the thing, shame doesn't create wisdom. It really just makes us hide and repeat our old patterns. To break out of this toxic identity attack, we really have to look at the facts. The brain drastically overestimates the control you actually had in the past. When you look back, your brain conveniently forgets the immense pressure you were under. It totally forgets the fear, the confusion, the limited energy, and just the crazy circumstances of that exact moment. You have to be fair to your past self. They were fighting a battle with limited emotional strength and knowledge, doing the absolute best they could in that reality.
And let's be honest, modern life acts like gasoline on this fire through relentless comparisons. Success, relationships, money, confidence, achievements, it's everywhere. We scroll through social media and compare our real, messy, behind-the-scenes timelines and private struggles against the perfectly selected highlights of everybody else. This comparison turns regret into immense pressure, where you don't just regret your past, you regret the version of yourself you think you should already be.
Section 4. Escaping the mental prison.
Okay, so how do we actually get out? You defeat unhealthy regret by listening to it properly. This is your actionable path forward. Step 1. Ask what this regret is trying to teach you, not how you can punish yourself. Step 2. Write that lesson down. Physically write it. Turn the pain into tangible wisdom. And step 3. Take a small action now. Why now? Because the present is literally the only place regret becomes useful. You can't change the old mistake, but you absolutely can choose differently today.
I want you to remember this profound, really resonant truth. Regret means you have grown. Just the fact that you feel it means that the person you are today can finally see what yesterday's version of you just couldn't. The past can teach you, sure, but it should never own you. You can take responsibility without hating yourself.
Which leaves us with this final thought to chew on. How will you let the past change your future behavior today? Regret says, look back. Wisdom says, now move forward. Don't let your own mind remain a prison. You are the author of the story now. Step out, take the lesson, and give your future self a better choice. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this helps you find some peace, and I'll see you next time.